Well, good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. It must be 1 p.m. PST because here I be. Here you are, more importantly. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. Oh, I see you. And mygreengear.com, jerichogreen.net. We have a slew of things to talk about. As you saw the thumbnail, sorry I had to post her up there, and the title, Loco Cortez will not be prez, which is a good thing. That's great news. When you hear why, you'd be like, oh, shut your ass up. Because I know that's what I said. But what else do you say after you hear her speak about something? So we'll talk about that ding dong, a whole bunch of other things. But before we do, this live stream is brought to you by Health with Jericho. Have you ever wondered why we age? Not just because of years passing by, but why do we visibly age? A big factor is a protein called collagen, or should I say a lack of it. Pay close attention. Many studies have discovered that our collagen levels decrease 10% every decade. Think of collagen as the glue that holds us together. The less you have, the more visible your signs of aging may be. You don't know it yet, but in the next minute, you're going to learn how to help reduce these visible signs of aging. After years of searching, I found the closest thing we may have to the fountain of youth. It's called collagen, and it helps rejuvenate your skin from the inside out by supplying it with 5 specific types of collagen your body desperately needs. By boosting your collagen intake, you'll help restore your skin's elasticity while reducing the appearance of wrinkles. Stop and ask yourself where you'll be in a year if you don't start taking this amazing substance called collagen now. Try it risk-free for 60 days simply by going to healthwithjericho.com. This is a time-sensitive thing, so hurry. After entering your details, you'll receive your delivery right to your doorstep in just a few days. Dang it. So before I even get into the things that I listed, in the description section as far as, what this live is going to be about, and that's just a starting point, as you know. We don't know what's going to come up, some of the things you guys might bring up, the questions you might ask. So the things I put in the description section, that's just some framework. Oh, and shout out to, of course, again, has not been challenged yet, Ms. Pepsi Girl, popping that damn financial cherry. That super chat cherry. Mount Rushmore of legends, Salty, JG, Dice, and Tatum. I'll take it. I will take it. But I hope you move my bust to the front. Thank you. But yes, great Mount Rushmore. Appreciate that. So yeah, it's just that's just the start. The live stream is a canvas, and the things that I put in the description section, it's just a few things that I've drawn here, but we're going to fill it in. Ranson Shan, thank you. He says, after Biden's speech, we got to get ready, Bows. We're really going to, excuse me. After Biden's speech, we got to get ready, Bows. We're really going to be in for a problem now. Remember that shit? Remember his brain just said, just send it to the mouth. I don't care how it comes out. But brain, Bows, that doesn't, just send it. Whatever. And the words just fell out. And it sounded fucking ridiculous. Brian King B. Falcon, he says, what's up, Jerrikins? Big booty Latino. That don't sound good. I hope he meant Latina, because I don't want to see no big booty Latin dudes. No, thank you. So yeah, that's just a little bit of what we're going to talk about. But something I want to talk about first before we get into anything else. Oh, shout out to Gabe and Shant. Tonight, I will be on Gabe's channel. We will be talking about Action Jackson. Oh, this movie's close to my heart. All right. Very close to my heart. One of my favorite action movies growing up, starring Carl Weathers. Of course, it's Action Jackson. And then you have Craig T. Nelson as the villain, Peter Delaplane. Vanity, isn't it? R.I.P. Vanity. Sharon Stone is in this movie. Bill Duke. Come on, man. This movie is hot fire, top to bottom, inside and out, front to back. The perfect action movie, one-liners, muscles, violence, explosions, titties. The ingredients to any good action movie, Action Jackson has it. Myself, Gabe, Shant, we're all going to be talking about it tonight, 7 p.m. on Gabe's channel. Don't worry, I put a link on my YouTube page under community. Check it out. Be there. It's going to be hilarious. But something I wanted to talk about before we get into the things that we listed before. Before I do that, you know how we do. We start off each live stream with what I call Good Gun. It's a story about somebody, a good person doing a good thing with their firearm, because it's not the firearm that is the problem. It is the person wielding it. So it can be a solution or it can be a problem. But in this one, the headline reads, Veteran shoots and kills robbery suspect at Cam's Market in Bay Point. Uh-oh. Why do you have to shoot him like that? A clerk at Cam's Market on Port Chicago Highway was violently attacked during a robbery at 11 p.m. and he ended up shooting and killing one of the two intruders. Man, too bad you didn't get them both. In a surveillance video, you see the armed robbery suspect hit and knock down the clerk and then go for cash in the drawer. Mark Kasperwitz is the clerk that later watched this dramatic video. I was certainly in shock when I saw the video. I didn't know how serious it was until I actually saw it. The owner of the store says another attack was happening off camera. There were two guys. One was holding on to my other employee in the back with a gun, and one came around here to try and rob us, said the store owner, Kamal Sandhu. Kasperwitz went down, but he didn't go down for good. He crept back up, got pushed, but didn't give up, and then grabbed the store's gun. They got a store gun. I wouldn't mind working there. I don't know if it was fear and adrenaline that kicked in together, but I tried to protect myself a little. He forced me onto the ground. He held me down, said Kasperwitz. That's when the situation escalated. The intruder started to hit Kasperwitz, and the gun went off. The robber started to run, and then you hear another gunshot, Kasperwitz shooting the robber, who later collapsed and died. So you're hitting this dude with a gun. You probably have your finger on the trigger because you're a fucking idiot, and the gun goes off, and you take off running. You're a coward. And you don't even know what you're doing with that gun, you dumbass. You could have shot and killed somebody or maimed somebody because you're dumb and lazy and you don't want to go out and get a job and make real money. What a clown. So he's hitting the dude with the gun. It goes off. He takes off running and Kasperwitz shoots his ass. Sure, he is deceased, but now then again, I'm lucky to be alive. I'm lucky my coworker is alive. Yeah, fuck him. You came here to terrorize and possibly kill. We're supposed to have sympathy for you? Ironically, the store has a sign above the counter that reads, "No trespassing. Violators will be shot. Survivors will be shot again." Sandhu says he bought it years ago from a Blockbuster video store that was closing. It was meant as a joke. Shout out to Blockbuster, man. I bet you the founder of Blockbuster has a picture of the founder of Redbox on his wall and he throws darts at it. Because that was the beginning of the end. Remember when those little red boxes started popping up? Oh, they'll never take down Blockbuster. They'll never take down Hollywood Video. That was the beginning of the end for poor Blockbuster Video. A lot of good memories there. But Kasperwitz says this will not keep him from doing his job. He is ready to go back to work as soon as possible. Man, Mr. Kasperwitz ain't no joke. That's the kind of employee you want. He's going to protect your other employees, and when the smoke clears, he's ready to go back to work. Shout out to you, Mr. Kasperwitz. He's an Air Force veteran, by the way. Thank you for your service, man. Glad you're still here. And that, folks, was Good Gun. Sure was. Like, what kind of jackass are you to have a gun and you don't know how to use it properly? You haven't been trained properly. Don't you realize how dangerous a gun is? It's a bunch of stupid-ass children. It reminds me of when a couple weeks ago, I set up some cans in the backyard. And I was shooting at them with my son, with this pellet gun and everything. And that's what you expect from a child who hasn't been properly trained yet. Trigger discipline, putting their finger on the trigger when they're not ready to shoot. Just you expect that from somebody, not necessarily a child, but somebody who's just learning about firearms. You can be an adult, whatever. But somebody who's just learning. That's what you expect. But you're out here like it's the damn Wild Wild West, robbing liquor stores and shit and hitting people with the gun, and your finger was probably on the trigger. That's usually how guns are set off. Stupid ass. You definitely got what you deserve, man. Definitely. So let me make sure this is on because I want you guys to hear this loud and clear. I want you to be as disappointed as I am. So, Barack Hussein Obama, you know, Mike's homeboy, they unveiled the White House portraits for the Obamas today. And Bidenus pervertus, our grandpa in chief, Mr. Hey, this isn't the mall. He was there to give some kind words about Barack and his presidency before they unveiled him. But what struck me was what Barack Obama was saying. Now, of course, they must have given Joe some Adderall or something, some adrenochrome, because he wasn't as bad as he usually is. Because, you know, of course, he wants to be on point. He wants to show off for his boy Barack. But what struck me was what Barack Obama was saying. Barack Obama is full of shit. Still. Like, his full of shitness hasn't waned a little bit since he's been out of office. You figure he's not in office anymore. He can let go of some of that full of shitness. But he hasn't. It's gotten worse. And he looks terrible. You know, you always see presidents, especially when they do 8 years, it looks like they've been hooked up to that machine in Princess Bride where it just took years off his life and just drained him of his life's blood. He looks skinny. He looks emaciated. He looks ill. He sounded good, but he looks fucking terrible. So he's up there talking about the great things that Joe Biden has done for this country and how we are now in a better position than before he took office. Yes, he said that out loud in front of a microphone he knew was on with a straight face.
I was even luckier to have a chance to spend 8 years working day and night with a man who became a true partner and a true friend.
A true partner and a true friend.
Joe, it is now America's good fortune to have you as president.
Man, shut the fuck up. What a liar. Our good fortune. Okay. If this is good fortune, then I don't want to see bad fortune. He ain't never gotten applause that loud in his life.
You have guided us through some perilous times.
No, you've caused some perilous times.
You've built on and gone beyond the work we all did together to expand healthcare, to fight climate change, to advance social justice, and promote economic fairness. Thanks to your decency and thanks to your strength. Maybe most of all, thanks to your faith in our democracy and the American people. The country's better off than when you took office, and we should all be deeply grateful for that. So thank you so much.
What country is that fool living in? More importantly, what dimension is he living in? Or is he living with dementia? Because I don't recognize anything that he just said. His strength? Strength of what? That man can barely stand up. The country is better off, and for that we should be grateful. When are we going to get sick of the insults? Because you think I'm stupid. You think we are a bunch of idiots. You think our eyes don't work, our ears don't work, and our brains don't fucking work. If you think this is the country that you're living in, this is an administration you're living under that has done that, what? You've built on and advanced what we started, healthcare and climate change. We don't care about that shit. Social justice? The fuck is that? We don't care about anything you just said, Barry. You are more full of shit than ever. The country is better off, and we should be grateful. We should be grateful for this? Fellas, that's like somebody coming up to you and kicking you in the nuts and saying you should be grateful that I just kicked you in your balls and made you dry heave. That makes no sense whatsoever. Barry, man, I know you were a shitty president. I get that. You were the shittiest ever until we see what old Joseph does by the time he's done. But that was a straight up 100% lie. That nobody, even the sycophants in that room with you, don't believe that shit. The country is better off? In what way? Economically? No way. No way. Militarily? No way. Have you seen the commercials and shit that from our armed forces? Have you seen the videos that they're showing them in these trainings? Did you see that in the Navy now? All the new midshipmen are going to have some kind of diversity training. Why don't you give them, I don't know, some weapons training or some leadership training instead of fucking diversity training? There should be no diversity in the military. That's why we all wear the same uniform, because we're all the same. We're equal. Now, your rank may be different, but diversity, what do you mean? Diversity of thought? There's no diversity of thought. You think what the military tells you to think. You go where they tell you to go. You do what they tell you to do. Diversity of appearance? Who gives a shit? That means nothing. Again, that's why you all wear a uniform, to show that you have limited differences. Other than your rank and the job you choose, that's it. You're all the same. And when you get to those ranks or you get to that job, you all look the same. When an officer eats in the officer's mess, they're all the same. When a chief eats in the chief's mess, they're all the same. Now, if you want to get into the chief's mess or you want to get into the officer's mess, you go ahead and rise through those ranks. Go right ahead. When I was in the military, there was never the slightest roadblock to go to the next level. There was encouragement. Why don't you do this? Why don't you take that test? Why don't you study with them? Why don't you hang out with them after work? There was encouragement to do better. But diversity? No. There's no diversity here. You put on that uniform, you do what they tell you, when they tell you, where they tell you. That's it. Diversity training. That's what we need in our military. But Barry, you look like shit, man. Oh my goodness. You look like Mike rode you hard and put you away wet, player. You look horrible. Damn, he's all sucked up and shit. Oh no, we might have to give Barry a drug test. You smoking crack, man? You hanging out with Hunter? Is that what you're doing in your off time? Mike's probably mad as shit because you don't come home anymore. The kids are at college. You don't care. You empty nest. You're all smoking crack with Hunter. Because you don't look good, Barrio. You do not, sir. Roy Painter, thank you. Says, when I was working for Sprouts, they wanted me to sign a waiver that I would not use my CCW against a live shooter in our store. WTF. That's weird. You would think they would want you there to protect your coworkers. And if you have a CCW, that means you've been trained to do so. So why not? You live in California, Roy? Again from Roy, thank you. Says, happy Wednesday, Mr. Jericho. Where you at, Steve? Again, we asked. Steve, where you at? And don't be afraid, Steve. You think these people are going to be play when you come back into the comment section? Not at all. We welcome you with open arms. We hope you learned something, Steve. Oh, man. Our boy Steve. How you doing, man? Brian King B. Falcon. That's right. Barry looking scary. Looking real bad, man. No joke. Miss Pepsi Girl, again, thank you. Redundant and definite one more time, Mr. JGA. No problem. Huh? This audio I'm going to play is from the current resident of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Okay? No, this is not they didn't stick a microphone inside of a nursing home. Okay, so old crazy Mr. Johnson is when he's rambling in his room by himself. No. This is live. Well, not live, but it's actual audio from Biden's Pervertus.
Not well. I'll make.
Oh, hold on. Which one? This one.
Trump in the night.
No, wait. He has so many. He has so many. Here we go.
You know how much? You know how much I'm going to do with the deficit this year? $1,500,000,000. You know how much? You know how much I'm going to do with the deficit this year? $1,500,000,000.
When I played that for my wife, I said, listen, and she was like, wait, what? Yeah, I played it for her again. She was like, redeem the death of this year? Oh, there you go, Miss Pepsi Girl. Jeez Louise, man. He said, you know, man, the death of this year. Oh. I just want to see you get off a bike. That's all I want to see, man. You don't got to worry about the deficit or nothing. That's too complicated for you. Just get off of a bike without falling over, and that will be a huge step in the right direction, man. That'll be a huge step. Oh, shit. That is sad and funny. My goodness. Guys. That's some sad shit right there. Anyway, so Loco Cortez, you motherfucker. Her womb is so polluted. She can have my fucking baby, man. She says that she cannot and will not be president because there are too many people out there that hate women. You got it, guys. And what do they hate more than a woman? Woman of color. So that's why, not because you're repulsive, not because you're a vapid idiot who's an 11-year-old trapped in a 33-year-old woman's body, but it's because you're a woman, right? You think so highly of yourself. Like that's the only thing they could not want you to be president for. She's like, I'm perfect in every way. I'm a great politician. I do my job. I don't understand. Why they wouldn't want me to be president? It must be because of my clan. Think so highly. Also, you have a delegation, a collection of NYC officials, whoever they are, and they're going down to Texas on a fact-finding mission because Mayor Eric Adams is upset that Governor Greg Abbott keeps sending illegals to his city. So he's sending his people on a fact-finding mission to see what's really going on at the border. Okay, that sounds like a colossal waste of money and time. And Biden's Sweet and Sour Sniffles advisor, Dr. Whoever, says that the reason God gave us two arms is because for one arm, you put the flu vaccine in, and the other arm, you put the Sweet and Sour Sniffles poke in. That's why God gave us two arms. Also, California is going to California. Shout out to ABL's first place I saw this. California wants to bump fast food workers' hourly pay up to at least $22 an hour. I know what you're thinking. Maybe burger flipping technology has changed since you did it when you were a teenager, or when I did it when I was a teenager. I worked at McDonald's, the local McDonald's, when I was a teenager. Maybe the flipping and the tossing of the fries, maybe those motions have changed. Maybe just the fast food technology overall has gotten to such a level where these people deserve to make $22 an hour. But as you can probably guess, I completely disagree, and I'll be talking about it. And shout out to my man at Right Winged Angel on Instagram. And it's at Oliver Rants. No, hold on. He changed it on me. Oliver Mac. Hold on. Okay, now it's all Right Winged Angel. So it's at Right Winged Angel on Instagram, and it's Right Winged Angel on YouTube. Shout out to my boy Oliver Mack, because I got these two stories from him. So one of them, Peppa Pig. You know that if you have small kids, you definitely know who that is. They're these little British pigs, and it's not a little cartoon, and the family's a bunch of little pigs. Well, Peppa Pig, they are now introducing a lesbian couple, because that's just what your children's programming needed, was a lesbian couple. For what reason, I'm not sure. Well, we know why. But just know Peppa Pig is now going to have a lesbian couple. Very selfish. And check this shit out here. So there's this thing.
You know what? First,
hold on, and it says.
You know what?
Come on, here we go. I'm getting back to it. So yeah, it's this thing here, and it says, "Fight bigotry." 98% of straight men are willing to date are unwilling to date trans women because of hatred. This has to change. Again, you think so highly of yourself. You think there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. So the only thing it could be is hatred. Ooh, I hate those Ku Klux trans members. Let me go ahead and speak for 100%. I don't know why it's 98%, because if you date a dude, then you're not a straight man. So why is that not 100%? But let me speak for 100% of real straight men, actual straight men. The reason we don't want to date a trans woman is not because of hatred. It's because you have a dick. And that's in direct contrast to what we're trying to do here. Men, straight men, are focused on pernane, okay? Clam, twat, whatever you want to call it. Vagina, puss, whatever you want to call it. That's what straight men like. We don't like dicks. We have a strict one dick limit in the bedroom. Ours. That's it. No other penises are allowed in our lovemaking. We didn't make the rules. We just follow them. We came here like this. So the reason that 100% of straight men don't want to date trans women is because trans women have penises. And if you have to preface it with trans, you know it's some bullshit, because you should just say woman. But you can't, because you know you're not a real woman, because you have that pesky dick hanging around. So that's why straight men don't want to date you. It's not hatred. Well, it kind of is. It's hatred for dicks. Dicks are disgusting. I don't want another one. I like mine, but I don't like yours. Ew. Strict one dick policy. Cannot go against it. Can't go around it. Okay? Sorry. That's what you call etched in stone. You know, the hammer and the chisel, tink, tink, we etch that shit in stone. There's no wavering. So it's not hatred, it's your dick. Who the fuck do you think you are? You're so awesome. It can't be this dick and testicles. It can't be this hard-on that I have. No. It's because they're haters. Well, call me what you will. Like Ice-T said, hate. The nerve of these people. No, it's not because, it's not because of me. I'm perfect. It has to be them. No, it's you and your penis, sir. That's the problem. In your big ass hands, in your hairy forearms, in your deep voice, in your wide shoulders. All of those things we find in ourselves, we don't want to look for in our partner. We like women in their gentle nature and their soft frames and their curves and their lumps and bumps. We like that. We don't want your bulge. Fucking people, man. My goodness. What these people think they are. No, it's not me. It's you. You're just a misogynist. You're a bigot. I don't give a fuck what you call me. You won't call me a dick lover. Ugh. I don't know how you women do it. Fucking nerve. Dave Brohawk Williams says vagina sounds dirtier than pussy. I know, it sounds like more clinical. What if I say it like this? Vagina. What if I say vagina like this? Does it sound better? Okay. Oh, strict one dick policy. There's no wiggle room. Ugh. And hey, if you're a dude and you like other dudes, great, but you're not straight, you are automatically disqualified from that category once you take a liking to penis. We'll wish you well, but you're no longer part of the club. Why didn't that say 100%? 90, 98%? Hey, that other 2%, you're not with us anymore. 100% of straight men do not and will not date a Ku Klux trans member. Come on, man. Imagine the surprise. You guys got a little back and forth online. They don't tell you their secret. They don't tell you their 6-inch secret. You guys finally meet up, get the right? All of a sudden you feel something poking against your, hey man, what's that? Thought I was the only one who brought a dick here. It's disgusting, man. Oh, it has to be you. It can be me. I'm perfect. You're a bigot, child. Gross. No, you're a fucking dude. Anyway, so just fight bigotry, okay? Guys, straight guys, start dating men who dress up like women and live like women. So you're an ally. Then don't call me an ally. That shit's gross. And that Peppa Pig shit, I think that's totally fucking selfish for two gay people to raise a child. I know, so controversial. What are you doing? You're not doing that for that child. You want to love something, rescue a puppy. Because that is where love is the most important thing with a dog. Love is crucial with kids. Of course, you must love them. But that's not the only thing they need. They need much more than that can only be provided by a mother and a father. That's some selfish shit. That's like some woman who's climbing the corporate ladder or whatever, and then she wakes up and she's 50. Her ovaries are turning to dust. She's about to have a bunch of powdered eggs, and now she wants to have a kid. That's selfish. A gay couple wanting to have kids, that is selfish. You're doing that for you. You're doing that to fill some kind of void in yourself. Never mind what that kid's going to be missing out on. Never mind what that kid is going to be put through the first time you guys show up to back to school night. We all know how bad kids can be. We've been there. We've said horrible things to our classmates. We've also had horrible things said to us by our classmates. Because as far as that's what pisses me off about that bully shit. Everybody's been a bully and everybody's been bullied. Nobody goes through their whole school experience just being a punching bag. There's somebody you bullied to, you made fun of, you teased, whatever. But everything's bullying now. If you stare at somebody, you're bullying me. Everybody was a bully and everybody's been bullied. But that's some selfish shit for you to have a kid and you're gay in a gay relationship. It is. Because the kid needs more than that. The kid needs a mother and a father. We got neighborhoods, strip clubs, and street corners full of people who only had one parent. So obviously you need both of them or there's a problem. Any other combination is a problem. And that's what they always say. Well, we're going to love them. Good for you. We're going to provide for them. We have money. Good for you. I had a friend in high school. His parents had bread. It wasn't uncommon for us to go over to his house on a Friday, and there was a note and some money on the kitchen table, and his parents are going to be gone for a few days. And we, the ones of us who had our parents who were there all the time, we thought he was a lucky one. Man, your parents left you a bunch of cash. They're going to be gone for 4 days. Man, you can order pizza. You can have a party. Man, this is the shit. And he was just like, no big deal. He wanted our life. So that kid who had love, that kid who had a lot of money was still all fucked up. Because what he wanted and what he needed were his parents. Yeah, money having with kids, hell yeah, that helps. Loving your kid, hell yeah, that helps. But it's not everything. It's not everything. And for you to put your kid in that position, that is fucked up. This is the lifestyle you have. It doesn't come with kids. Sorry. That's where the cookie crumbles. That's the hand you were dealt. Moving on. But for them to show that bullshit to kids, why? See, they act like every other person is gay. They act like we all just live in a long-running episode of Will and Grace and our neighbors downstairs. That's not the case. That's not even a significant portion of our population. But they want the kids to think that. They want their view of reality distorted. They want the lines blurred. No gender roles. Do what you want. Do what you feel. You've seen videos of some of the books in these kids' fucking libraries. The shit that the libs of TikTok, these teachers that want to poison your kids with that shit. Let me tell you something I didn't give two shits about any year of school. What my teacher's home life and sex life was. Who they dated. I didn't give a shit about that. Didn't even cross my mind. You're just supposed to come here and teach me shit from 8:30 to 3:30. That's it. That's all I want to know about you. That's why your mind is so blown when you run into one of your teachers at the grocery store. Mrs. So-and-so? You wear different clothes? Why are you here? I'm getting food. You eat? Yes, I have to feed my kids. You have children and a husband? I was wondering why you wore that ring every day. You're wearing tennis shoes and jeans. Are you all right? Yeah, I'm a human too. Oh, shit. I didn't even know. I thought you were just a teacher. I thought when we left the classroom, you just pulled out a cot from the closet and laid down and slept here. And then you woke up and went and brushed your teeth in the bathroom at school and then came here to the classroom and taught me. I thought that's all you did. You remember that shit? Remember running into your teacher out in public at the video store or something? Huh? And then if you were like me, you were hoping they didn't run into your parents because you probably did something earlier that week. Or knowing my parents, they would have asked, oh, how's he doing in school? Damn it, don't ask that. Don't ask that. Rakita Johnson says, hold on, comments jumped on me. That little thing. She says, I remember being astounded to see his second grade teacher at the grocery store talking about her brother. Yeah, you're just like, whoa, wait, you're a human? I thought your life was at school. You went and ate breakfast, lunch, and dinner at the cafeteria or in the teacher's lounge. And then you went back to the classroom and graded our papers and shit or got your lesson plan together. And then you pulled a cot out from the closet and you slept there. Wake up and repeat. You got kids? Who's this dude standing next to you? Husband? Oh, shit. You mean your life is like my life? Blow your fucking mind. Now, Shit, kids know everything about the damn teacher. Oh, you're gender fluid. What are you? Whoa. Pump the brakes, you weirdo. Golly, man. I wish we could go back to times where we didn't know shit about what other people thought. Like celebrities and shit. I wish we didn't know nothing about you. We just saw you on TV or on the TV screen or at a red carpet event somewhere, and that was it. Keep your thoughts to yourself. If only. Thank you, Lori Lou, for the Hamilton. She says, thank you for speaking the truth. Thank you for being here to hear it. Sticking to the truth. It works. That's some weird shit, man. Why are you putting that shit on in cartoons? How many kids out there you think have gay parents? 4? 99.99% of kids have a mom and a dad. Well, unfortunately, some of them just have a mom. But you know what the fuck I mean. They don't got my 2 dads at home. They don't got some buzz cut, tattooed forearm, fucking glazed donut face, and some lipstick lesbian at home. The John Beck, thank you. Says, thanks, JG. Has anyone started calling that V-ball player Rachel Smollett? She's a Smolleite. She's a student of Juicy Smollett. She's the one in or at Duke, and they were having it. Was it at? I think it was at BYU, and she said that somebody yelled the N-word out to her, even though no other teammate heard it, no other audience member heard it, and the guy that they pinned it on and banned him from the volleyball games. Turns out, after reviewing the footage, after multiple groups viewed the security footage, he didn't do it. Bunch of bullshit. Juicy. You guys remember that shit? I remember when I heard about that story broke. I was like, stop it. This can't be real. And it wasn't. Bottle Cap Bob, what's up, man? Thank you. He says, if I found out my date was a trans, you'd have another good gun story to read. Exactly, man. You can't be doing that. You can't bust out a dick on somebody in the heat of the moment. Now, if you tell them from Jump Street the first time you talk, you guys know where this is going. You know what you want to do. That's when you say, hey, hold up, man. Hold up. I got to tell you something. Real quick. I got a dick. What do you think? And then at that moment, they either say, oh, hell no, I'm out of here. Or, all right. Whatever they say, you have to give them all of the information and allow them to make their own decision. You cannot make that decision for them. Because when they reach down there, ready to get a handful of labia majora, and they get a freaking cannoli, you can't be mad if they beat the dog shit out of you and put you in a blue parking spot for the rest of your life. You can't tell people how to react to that kind of shit. You give them the information and allow them to proceed forward if they wish. But if the dick is too much for them to handle, you got to back off. You can't keep that to yourself. Man, please. That is so nasty. What are you thinking? Who do you think you are? You think this dude's going to be okay with that? Well, that's a hell of a gamble. You talk about letting it ride. You talk about pushing all your chips to the middle of the table. That's a hell of a gamble. Mr. Kojak, who loves you, baby? We need mini AOC on a live stream, man. Maybe someday. Hey, if everything goes as planned with her ginger fiance, we might have a real mini AOC in the world. If he gets her, they get married, she gets pregnant. Might have a real mini AOC. Oh, man, that poor kid. That poor kid raised by AOC and that soft handshake beta male that she pegs. Could you imagine the shit that kid is going to grow up in? Ugh. Poor thing. Poor thing. Damn, that would be horrible. Mental medalist wife, thank you. Learned a new term today. Freddy pants on men means butt lifting pants. LOL. What the hell? What? Butt lift pants? People, some things are for other people. Butt lifts, all that cosmetic shit, that's for women. Who? I ain't never heard a woman in my life say, damn, that dude, he got a fat ass. Nice ass. Ew. Well, I guess, that with that Wrangler butt drive me nuts. But a butt lift? Ladies, how would you feel if all of a sudden all the men in the dating pool or whatever, or your husband, he goes away for a weekend and he comes back and he just got fucking badonkadonk? I don't know. Whitney Bosler, what's up, girl? Thank you for the Hamilton. She says, I can't believe the books that are allowed in school libraries at middle schools. It's disgusting. How is this not related to pedophilia behavior? Sending love from South Dakota. That's exactly what it is. That's their ultimate goal. Unfettered access to the kids. That's the ultimate taboo. Now, they can have that shit, which is basically porn without pictures, but put that in a little boy's backpack and all of a sudden he's in the principal's office getting in trouble. Why? Because one porn is sanctioned and the other one's not? You don't need to be planting these seeds in these kids' minds. That shit is sick. And why? Why take on all of this shit? Why not let the parents do all the heavy lifting? Let the parents tackle the heavy shit, the complicated life shit. Let them. You just stick to the curriculum. You got it easy. You want to be involved in all this shit because you're a weirdo. Something's wrong with you. You're a pervert. Why would you be talking to kids about stuff like that? Don't you have any shame? Wouldn't you feel weird? Oh, my God. That's so gross. Tommy from Texas. Thank you. He says, you got to move to Texas soon to cancel out bad Californians coming. It's only fair. Yeah, man. I don't know why people do that. They leave a shithole like California just to bring that shit with them. I don't get it. You're turning this into what you're fleeing. I don't know, man. You guys need to have there needs to be some kind of selection process before you let people into your state. There's got to be a selection process. That's right, Faye Knox. Yo, Hoser says teach the kids to read and write. Very simple. Very simple. Reading, writing, history, whatever fucking class you got. Do that. All your other, I'm sorry there's no one in your life who gives a shit about what you're into. I'm very sorry about that. But just teach the kids what they need to be taught in school. That's it. Go, or, maybe make some friends. Tell them all the weird shit you're into. Get a significant other. Get into some weird shit with them. But talking to kids about it, opening up kids to that, no, you're a sick piece of shit. Tommy from Texas again, thank you. He says, seriously, move to Texas soon. Hey, you know what, Tommy from Texas? Let's wait and see how this gubernatorial race pans out. Because if you guys elect Beto O'Rourke, I ain't coming. I could stay here and have it shitty. I can stay here and have a shitty governor. Oh, please, Texas, please don't do that. No bullshit. Don't do that. Oh, my goodness. Could you imagine going from sugar to shit? Lady Macbeth of Mengst. I don't know. I butchered that. Sorry. Jericho ain't black. Biden says so. He says a lot of things. He like rendered a din deafy. He said that too. So who knows what the fuck? Who knows what that fool might say from moment to moment? Oh man, what a babbling turd. Joe Cook, hello Jericho from Iowa. Love your content. Thank you, man. Mental medalist wife again. Thank you. She says, nah, move to Arizona. Guys, don't fight over me. All right, go ahead. Keep fighting. Oh, man. So, mygreengear.com, jerichogreen.net, and have you ever wondered why we visibly age? A big factor is a protein called collagen, or should I say the lack of it. Pay close attention. Many studies have discovered that our collagen levels decrease 10% with every decade. Think of collagen as the glue that holds everything together. The less you have, the more visible your signs of aging are. You don't know it, but in the next 30 seconds, you're going to learn how to help reduce these visible signs of aging. The secret is using collagen, and it's the closest thing to a fountain of youth I've ever found. This amazing product helps rejuvenate your skin from the inside out by supplying it with 5 specific types of collagen your body desperately needs. With it, you'll help restore your skin's elasticity while reducing the appearance of wrinkles. It has already helped thousands of satisfied customers. Stop and ask yourself where you'll be in 1 year if you don't start taking collagen now. Try it risk-free for 60 days simply by going to healthwithjericho.com. This is time sensitive, so hurry. After entering your details, you'll receive your delivery right to your doorstep in just a few days. So, Miss Loco Cortez. Poor ding dong. That poor ding dong. What did she say now? AOC predicts she won't be president because Americans hate women. You got that right. That's how we got our population to 325 million, is because we hate women. Got it. Rep. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says it's unlikely she could ever be elected president of the United States because so many people in America hate women and would never let that happen. The socialist, firebrand New York Democrat speculated about the possibilities of her launching a future White House bid in a wide-ranging cover interview with GQ magazine. Constituents of AOC, look outside, see how shitty it is, and know that she had time to give an interview to GQ. Ocasio-Cortez said while she tries to hold on to the belief that anything is possible, her experience in Congress has given me a front row seat to how deeply and unconsciously and as well consciously so many people in this country hate women. I just wanted to be accurate, guys. I wanted you to picture her in your mind. And they hate women of color, the 32-year-old said. Oh, man. So they hate them so much that they elected your stupid ass, but they don't want to see you go that high up the food chain. Well, don't worry, Loco Cortez. You keep failing, you will rise. They fail up. People ask me questions about the future, and realistically, I can't even tell you if I'm going to be alive in September. Is there an assassination plot? And that weighs very heavily on me. And it's not just the right wing. Misogyny transcends political ideology, left, right, and center. I admit to sometimes believing that I live in a country that would never let that happen. But if you feel that this country's put such a ceiling on you, why don't you skedaddle, you ding dong? Look, there she is. Ooh, cover of GQ. Look at her. She's so sexy. Elsewhere in the interview, the Congresswoman spoke of open hostility she encountered from her own Democratic Party colleagues after taking office in 2018. It was open hostility to my presence and my existence. Since I got there, literally day one, even before day one, I've experienced a lot of targeting, diminishment from my party and the pervasiveness of that diminishment. It was all encompassing at times. I feel a little more ready on my own 2 feet. There's another picture from GQ magazine. But when I say that I have the power to shift the elected federal Democratic Party, no. It's very difficult for me to talk about because it provokes a lot of inner conflict, and I never want to tell a little girl that she can't do something. And I don't want to tell young people what is not possible. I've never been in the business of doing that, but at the same time, okay, one more. Could Obama have gotten elected without the kind of financial support that he had? I don't know. So, guys, it's not because she's an incompetent fool It's not because she has done nothing but let down her constituents and run jobs out of town. It's not because she's a psychopath commie turd. No, no, no. It's just because in America we hate women. And even more than that, women of color. Bam Bam Bigelow says AOC is 435th in the House. Little power. Well, she wants all the power, Bam Bam Bigelow, but she can't get it because of people like you who hate women. What does that mean? Heidi Booth, she seems like a little girl. That's exactly right. That's why I use that voice for her. She's an immature little child in a grown-up's body. She is the personification of Big, that movie with Tom Hanks. So it's none of that. It's not that she's a failure, she's a communist and a far left nut job. It's because we hate women. Well, what does that mean? Hate women. Hate. To me, hate means like you wouldn't care if they died. That's what hate is. Hate is not liking them or you really don't like them or whatever. Hate? Like you're willing to bring death upon somebody if you hate them. We hate women in this country? Who? Hate women? How the fuck is that? What does that mean? If you hate somebody, what are you willing to do to them if you hate them? So the overwhelming majority of this country hates women. Now, there have been women I've hated in the past, but it's because they've done certain things, not just because they are women. Not just because they have fits and a clan. You got to do a little bit more to make me hate you. And don't forget, dummy, these misogynist men that you talk about that hate women, they have mothers, they have wives, they have sisters, they have daughters, they have nieces, grandmas. So how are they going to hate women? Especially a man who was raised by a good woman, who was a good mother, caring, gentle mother to him. He's going to hate women? We think every man is a fucking Norman Bates? What does that mean to hate women? And just because they don't want you to be president doesn't mean they hate you. Maybe it's not that they hate you, they just love their country too much to put you in charge of it. It's not the hate for you, it's the love for their country. They don't want to see you fuck it up like you do your district in New York. They've seen what kind of empty suit fake politician you are. Did you forget your little photo stunt down there a couple years ago at the border where you're dressed in all white and you're clutching the fence like Linda Hamilton in Terminator 2 before the nuke went off? But your fake ass crocodile tears only for someone to see the other side of the photo and you're looking at an empty parking lot. So you're full of shit. You talk about taxing the rich, but then you go to the Met Gala? Huh? And you wear a dress that says tax the rich. Ooh, you really stuck it to them after you've already used your constituents' money to pay for that expensive ticket to get in there and hang out with rich people. Now, had you been protesting outside of the event saying tax the rich, all right, you might be onto something, Loco Cortez. But the fact that you were in there with the rich and you are one of the rich kinds of makes all the shit you say kind of sound stupid. But it's not because of anything else. What Wabbit Ho says, Hillary was a woman. Well, technically, she did squeeze out a baby. So yes, I guess she is a woman in that sense. But as far as like any kind of sexiness or soft, gentle vibe, no, that's not Hillary. Sorry, I can't believe I just said Hillary and soft. But it's not that they hate you. And people probably do hate you like as a politician because you suck. But they don't hate you because you're a woman. They hate you because of your attitude and the stupid things that you've done and the lies you've told. That's why people probably hate you. But to think so highly of herself, she's so perfect. Oh, it couldn't possibly be anything that has to do with me. It's your problem. Who do these people think they are? These people must have cancer from all the smoke people have been blowing up their ass all this time. AOC needs chemo because somebody's been blowing copious amounts of smoke up your anus for you to believe that the only reason you couldn't be president is because of misogynist hate. It's because you're terrible. That's why. If you're a horrible mechanic and you're always dropping tools in the fucking oil pan, I'm not going to hire you to fix my car because you've shown yourself to suck at it. If you're going to go get a surgery consultation and the doctor comes in all disheveled with papers and his glasses all sideways on his head, his uniform's fucking dirty, and he goes, "Oh, are you my 3 o'clock or my 4 o'clock?" Never mind. You've shown yourself to be too terrible at this job for me to allow you to operate. I'm not going to let you do that. If you were a doctor and you cut the wrong leg off of somebody, that's going to make your that's going to make your ratings go down. It's stupid, man. Who do they think they are? Man, that woman is something else. Can you believe somebody got down on one knee and proposed to that? Lori Lou, you got a point. Just hit the thumbs up. Hit that like button, like and sub. Sub and like. We shall control the algorithms. Man. Adorable Deplorable says, I heard AOC is Osama bin Laden's daughter. Could be. Could be. Oh, these people, man. MyGreenGear.com, JerichoGreen.net. Also, next week, I'm having Gabe, El Tayeb, and David Brohawk Williams. You've seen him in the comment section here. I'm having them come on I'm going to do a special live stream with those guys, and we're going to talk about their new comic that they have coming out, that they're actually in the middle of creating it as we speak. It's called Truth, Justice, and American Way. That's the name of the characters. And these two gentlemen used to work for DC, the DC Comics. Batman, Superman, that DC. But the woke shit got too much. The woke bullshit was up to here, and they couldn't take it anymore. So they went out on their own. They're trying to do their own thing, and that's what we're going to talk about. That's what I want to support. If we want this pop culture wave to shift and them stop and to stop them from putting Ku Klux Klan members out there and gyrating in our kids' faces and shit and doing all this weird stuff with entertainment, this is what we have to do. We have to promote and champion people who are fighting against that shit. And that's what these guys are doing. Next week, it'll be next Tuesday. Not sure of the time yet. I will definitely talk about it more as we get closer to it. But next Tuesday, for sure, I'll be doing a special live stream with Gabe and David. I'll be asking them questions about the industry. Why did they walk away from that bullshit? What are some of the things that they saw? And kind of what was the final straw that said, you know what? Because like myself, I walked away from my job, you know, the comfort of corporate America, the paycheck and all that stuff, the security of it. So to walk away from that and do your own thing, it does take a leap of faith. And both of these guys did that. They walked away from DC. Come on. I don't care if you read comic books or not. You know what DC is about. You know what that is. And they walked away from that to do the right thing. So those guys deserve some spotlight. And I'll give what spotlight I have to them. Both of them, very intelligent, very funny. It's going to be great. It's not going to be no boring interview. It's going to be a lot of laughs. And I can't wait to talk to those two guys. MyGreenGear.com, JerichoGreen.net. So, New York City, New York. They are sending a delegation down to the border of Texas to go on a fact-finding mission to see what's going on at the border. Now, why would they need to do that? Do they not have cell phones in their pocket? Do they not have laptops or desktops on their desk? Because all you have to do is border. Just look up border And the images you will see will let you know exactly what's going on down at the border. Exactly. It will let you know why the governor of Texas is sending illegals to your city, because they're simply overwhelmed. Why you need to send a delegation down there and pay for their ticket and their hotel and their food and all that and waste New York's taxpayers' money, that's beyond me. You don't need to do that. You know exactly what's going on at that fucking border. And since you guys are headed down there, can you guys swing by Kamala's house and pick her up? Because she needs to head down there too, more than you guys do. Because Washington, how far is Washington, D.C. from New York? A few hours? You guys can swing by, get Kamala, and then head down to the border. That way you're killing two birds with one stone. What's wrong with that? She needs to go down there more than anybody. But you're going to waste that money and send those people down there to find out what you already know. You know what it's like down at the border. It's wide open. Is it a border? I mean, technically, it's where two different land masses meet up. Their country meets our country. But other than that, it's not a border, because there's nothing keeping one thing from spilling over to the other. And in fairness to Kamala, I did see her today. You guys, throw away all those milk cartons with her picture on the back. We found her. I know we've been looking for her, haven't heard from her in a while. Definitely haven't seen her for a while, which is good. But I haven't seen her down at the border, and that's bad. But I did see her. There was a Kamala sighting. I heard it in the distance. Gah, 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 gah. I was like, oh, shit, you know who that is. She was at the unveiling of the portrait today, the portrait of Obama and Michelle. She was there. She was in the front row. Obama even gave her a shout out. He said, and Vice President Kamala Harris and Second Gentleman Doug Emo. So she's there. She's still around, guys. She ain't doing shit, but she's still there. And how fucking weak does that make us sound to have a second gentleman? Anyway, so they're going to waste all that money sending this delegation down there to find out what they already know. And you know what? Since you guys are going to swing by and pick up Kamala, just grab as many of those politicians as you can, whoever. It don't matter, D, R next to the name. Just grab them. Take them down there with you and then leave them. Leave them there. Maybe Mexico will absorb them and they can take care of them and they can be their problem. But leave them there. Okay? We don't want them back. Okay? Don't bring them back with you. Leave them at the border. Let them fend for themselves. Please. Ugh. Could you imagine Mexico say, hey, we're going to do you the biggest favor ever, America. We're going to keep Kamala. Oh, shit, Mexico, what do you want? We'll give you anything. If you just take her off our hands. Just keep her, Mexico. You owe us that. You owe us that, Mexico. If you take her, we'll never ask you for anything ever again. Okay? Heidi Boo says, Jericho, if it's so hot in California, why did Gavin Newsom have a sweater on in his video? I'll tell you why, Heidi. Because, like I've said, with his voice, he has a raspy kind of voice. It's because when he goes to visit his Aunt Nancy down in hell, I think the hot air scorched his vocal cords. And since he's so used to the heat of hell, see, up here to a regular human, it's hot. Today it's going to be 111. That's hot to me. But to him, he'll probably have a parka on. He misses those temperatures of home. He hasn't become acclimated to life on top of the burning sulfur. So I think that's why. In my professional opinion. That's what I think. He just hasn't gotten used to these cold temperatures up here. He's used to all the fire and the brimstone. And another thing. So Texas, not only are they sending, Big Lover 29, it was 115 yesterday. When my wife got in her van, it said 118. So another thing, so he's sending illegals to New York. He's sending them to D.C. and he's sending them to Chicago. You talk about inhumane. You're sending people to Chicago? There's no way in the world they got internet down there if they don't know that they're getting sent to Chicago. You want to stop the border crisis? You tell them you get up there in a bullhorn. You stand on top of a truck, on top of a crane, whatever you got to do. Hey, listen up. You guys come across this border illegally, we're going to send your ass to Chicago. And all you're going to hear is, pew. That's all you're going to hear. Pew. And when the smoke clears, there won't be one illegal standing there. They're going to be like, shit, I can get shot at home. They're going to be mad. Why didn't you tell me that before I got here? Because if you would have told me back home in Guadalajara, El Salvador, Honduras, Mexico, wherever I came from, if you would have told me that down there, I could have stayed. I can get mowed down at home. And again, I will always say this until it changes. You are a fucking coward if you leave your home country to go somewhere else. And what I mean is, the overwhelming majority of the people who come up here illegally are young men. You are fucking cowards. You're going to leave your home country to languish in violence and poverty and come up here and kick it. You're a bunch of punk pussies. You should be rounded up and sent back home. Fix your country. Don't come up here and fuck ours up. Fix your own. Cowards. They want you to think, oh, they're just a bunch of little brown-faced women with a baby strapped to them. They need a better life and some leche. No. Bullshit. You're coming up here to steal the American dream and send that money back home. The number one source of revenue for Mexico is remittance. That is when someone comes up here, sends money back home through wire transfers, and the Mexican government skims off the top. It's not produce. It's not car production. It's not tourism. It's remittance. That's why the Mexican government wants those people to come here. Remember when Trump was in office? He had Mexico putting Mexican troops on the border. Not anymore. Of course they want them to come up here. Of course Mexico and all these other countries aren't going to do shit to stop it. That's where they get their money from. My goodness, man. That shit's sick. Inferno Machine, Western Union makes bank. That's right. That's right. That shit is sad, man. Bunch of young men up here. What kind of punk are you? You gonna leave the women and children in your country to fail? Or you come up here and do what? Fuck. You believe that? I heard something about that too, where Mexican people were all pissed off because Americans are coming down there buying up gas and shit, living. How does it feel? I don't feel sorry for your ass. I bet you them Americans came there legally. Shit. I'd love to see that. What if we just went down there and just took over Mexico? Fuck it. We got 51 states now. That'd be hella funny. You know what Mexico could do about it? Nothing. Nothing. And that's another thing. It's not just little brown faces from south of the border that come here. There's people from all over the world coming through our border. All over the world. But they're just looking for a better job, a better life. Don't say nothing. If you say something about it, you're some kind of phobe or ist. I don't give a shit. Call me a nationalist. That's what I am. David Velarde, thank you for the Hamilton. Says, thank you, JG. No, David, thank you. Thank you. That shit's crazy, man. That's how bad our gas prices are. We're going to Mexico to get cheap gas. My goodness. My goodness, man. That's sad. CN Bloodbang says, can't afford rent in San Diego. That's crazy, man. You guys think in other states, you think you guys got high rent? Sure, look up California's median rent. Look up the median rent in San Francisco. It'll make you shit your pants and pass out. Or pass out and then shit your pants. I think that would be funnier. You passed out. Yeah, that'd be funnier. It'll make you pass out and then shit your pants when you see what people pay for rent in San Francisco. And think about what you're getting for it. Think about what you're getting for it. You don't mind paying for quality. If you lay down $200 for a dinner and it's all top-notch shit, 4-star, 5-star, tastes delicious, some of the best shit you have ever had in your life, you wouldn't be mad at all. But if you put down $200 and I brought you McDonald's all smashed up like I had it in my back pocket, you'd be mad as shit, wouldn't you? If you're paying $6,000 a month for rent, yes, I said that. $6,000 a month for rent in San Francisco. Now, if you're paying that kind of money and you get to walk out of your palatial estate into a utopia, good morning, how are you today? Birds chirping, sun shining. You smell that fresh ocean air. There's nothing but prosperity and happiness around you. You would not mind. But if you pay that same $6,000 and you walk outside your door and step right on human feces and you turn around, there's some psychotic person in your face saying, "Give me your wallet, bitch." And there's nothing but filth and despair down there, now you're going to be mad because you're not getting what you pay for. Now, if you're in San Francisco and you stay way up on the hill where Obama put his kids in private school, you'll be okay. But you can't come down the hill because it's not okay down there. 6 G's. Bam Bam Bigelow, $3,500 a month on average for a 1-bedroom. No, there's no zero hiding behind that. It's not a 10-bedroom. 1 bedroom. That means you roll out of your bed and you're touching the hallway. It's a lot. That's a lot, people. Billy Painter, Bad Billy. Hey, bud, I tried messaging you yesterday. Was hoping you could join on my show this week. Yeah, man. Shoot me an email. If I missed it, sorry about that. Oh, you know what? If you try to message me on my phone, long story. I'm testing something. I'm in the middle of something. Some things are in the works. I'll explain what's going on with my phone later. But shoot me an email, JerichoGreen2018@gmail. I'll see it. We'll hook up. Of course, Billy, let me know. But could you imagine $3,500 a month for a 1-bedroom? A 1-bedroom where? In the Taj Mahal? No, just San Francisco. Shit everywhere. Needles. Why do you think I call it needles and shit, California? I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to be accurate. You want to go outside and step on a hypodermic? Gross. $3,500 a month for one. Shit. You think they're playing out here? Theo Mestis says, that's a deal, Jay. That's 50% off. Oh, man, that shit's gross. Ugh. It used to be fun. If you live around here, if you grew up around here, whatever, where I grew up, you call it the city. We're going to the city. That was like, cool, we're going to the city? That means we're probably going to see something cool in a museum or something, go to the Golden Gate, get some good food, go to a sporting event. It was cool to go to the city. Now it's not cool to go to the city. Not cool at all. It's dangerous, matter of fact. I got a friend of mine. He grew up there. That's where his roots are, in the Bay Area. There was a place that he used to like to eat. He used to go to eat there. It was a local staple. And he can't do that anymore. Why? For fear of safety. For fear that he will get robbed for stopping to get some tacos in his hometown. That sucks, man. Let's see, Brian Owens. $878 house payment for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in a nice gated community here in Arkansas. Man, oh man. Paul says, NY shitty, $3,400 a month for a studio. Max Bang, $3,000 for a 1-bedroom in many parts here also. $3,000. It ain't mortgage. You're just giving that money to somebody else. Man. Exactly, J Po. For that amount, clean that shit up. Yes. You're not getting your money's worth. Stephen R. says $3,500 can pay a 3 months of rent in Texas. Oh, man. Not here, buddy. Not out here. Bam says you couldn't pay me $3,000 a month to live there. Me neither. Me neither. Love and Pain says $3,500 a month is a mansion in Georgia. Well, not Atlanta. That's horrible. Again, if you're getting what you pay for, it's no problem because you're getting what you pay for. But if you're paying out the nose and you're getting it up the ass, well, that's no good. You could be assaulted by going to your car, to and from your car in that expensive neighborhood. Goontune, that's a good point. It says on average, the monthly parking total in New York City is about $570. That's another thing. It's the parking. We have a friend who lives in San Francisco. Her parking is almost $2,000 a month to park. $2,000 a month. You better spit shine my car. I want you to sweep the interior like there's no vacuum. Don't you hurt those fibers on my carpet. I want you to sweep the carpet in my car. I want you to get like a makeup brush and get between all the nooks and crannies of the gear shift. That car better be immaculate for almost 2 G's a month to park it somewhere. Yeah. You got it. You got it. You got it, man. You got it. 2 G's a month to park. That's what we do. Again, get what you pay for, no problem. Not getting what you pay for, problem. So I wonder how much that's going to cost. I wonder that delegation they're sending down to New York. I wonder how much that costs. How big is the group? Say 5 people? Airfare, hotel, food? How much is that? Brian King B. Falcon says, 2 G's to park, we sleeping in the car. My car is going to be my damn apartment. Yeah, man. Almost 2 G's a month just to park. And in San Francisco, speaking of sleeping in the car, when you go out to get in your car, there could be somebody else already sleeping in it. That's becoming a problem in San Francisco. People squatting in people's cars. So you go out to get in your car to go somewhere, and there's a homeless person sleeping in it. In one of the videos, they tell the lady, get the fuck out of my car. And she goes, calm the fuck down. Calm down? You're lucky I don't suplex your ass on this sidewalk. What do you mean, calm down? You're lucky you don't get a damn Hulk Hogan leg drop on the pavement. Woman? Yeah. Calm the fuck down. I'm sorry. What did Wayne say in Wayne's World? Excuse me, baking powder? What'd you say? Yeah, calm the fuck down. Oh, man. Boy, I'm telling you, the nerve. Can you believe that shit? I'm telling you, San Francisco, the shitty city by the bay. And again, don't look down your nose. Don't scoff in California because it's coming to a theater near you. Like we talked about, look at Texas. They're about to get Phony Hawk as their governor. You didn't think that was possible 2 years ago when you first heard that dummy talk. Now look at it. It can happen. I hope it doesn't, but it can happen. How sick would that be? But don't forget, guys, have you ever wondered why we visibly age? A big factor is a protein called collagen, or should I say the lack of it. Pay close attention. Many studies have discovered that our collagen levels decrease 10% every decade. Think of collagen as a glue that holds us together. The less you have, the more visible your signs of aging may be. You don't know it yet, but in the next 30 seconds, you're going to learn how to help reduce these visible signs of aging. The secret is using collagen. It's the closest thing to a fountain of youth I've ever found. This amazing product helps rejuvenate your skin from the inside out by supplying it with 5 specific types of collagen your body desperately needs. With it, you'll help restore your skin's elasticity while reducing the appearance of wrinkles. It has already helped thousands of satisfied customers. Stop and ask yourself where you will be in 1 year if you don't start taking collagen now. Try it risk-free for 60 days. Simply go to healthwithjericho.com or by clicking the link below. This is time sensitive, so hurry. After entering your details, you will receive your deliveries right to your doorstep in just a few days. So one more thing I wanted to talk about is California wanting to raise the minimum wage for fast food workers to $22 an hour. Damn. That's a whole damn lot of money. So let's see. So it says, Newsom signs bill to boost wages for California fast food workers. What happened to the rest of it? Okay, let's try this again. Here we go. California Governor Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom on Monday signed a nation-leading, nation-leading. If we're first, believe it, you're next. Signed a nation-leading measure giving more than 500,000 fast food workers more power and protection, despite the objection of restaurant owners who warned it would drive up consumers' costs. Yeah, that's how business works. The landmark law creates a 10-member fast food council. More bureaucracy. Another council to siphon money to. And with equal numbers of workers, delegates, and employers, representatives, along with 2 state officials empowered to set minimum standards for wages, hours, and working conditions in California. Newsom said he was proud to sign the measure into law on Labor Day. California is committed to ensuring that the men and women who have helped build our world-class economy are able to share in the state's prosperity. Today's action gives hardworking fast food workers a stronger voice and seat at the table to set fair wages and critical health and safety standards across the industry. The law caps minimum wage increases for fast food workers at chains with more than 100 restaurants at $22 an hour next year, compared to the statewide minimum of $15.50 an hour with cost of living increases thereafter. Huh? First of all, what's this bullshit about California is committed to ensuring that the men and women who have helped build our world-class economy? Our economy was not built on burger flippers. Now, I'm not shitting on people who work in restaurants or in fast food restaurants. I did when I was a kid, but that's who they're for. They're for kids who are getting into the workforce and for elderly people to subsidize their income. This is not to build a family on. This is not so you can get married and have 4 little rugrats running around on your Mickey D's pay. It's a minimum wage job because it requires minimum effort. You're flipping burgers and fries, and you're cleaning shit. You do not deserve $22 an hour. And that is going to raise consumer costs. Because if you're telling this business owner, hey, by the way, you have to start paying your employees up to $7 more an hour starting next year. They're not going to eat that. You're going to eat it, literally. They're going to pass that shit off through the cost of fast food. That's how it works. There are no benevolent business owners. Oh, I'll take that for you. I'll take that on the chin for you, consumer. No, it's coming your way. $22 an hour to work at a fucking fast food joint. And the cost of living is just going to go higher. It's not like that you're going to be balling now that you got $22 an hour. You're going to show up for your midnight shift in a mink coat. The cost of everything else is going to go up. Just like when the government gets involved in tuition. We're going to wipe out your student debt. Watch the cost of college go up the same amount. How fucking stupid do they think we are? You're going to have a bunch of, what was that name? What was the robot maid's name on the Jetsons? Alice, what was her name? You're going to have a bunch of robots. They already have it. I've seen it before. In McDonald's, they got kiosks you can go up to. And you've seen the videos, too, of all this ghetto-ass shit that happens at these ghetto-ass fast food joints. You mean to tell me I can come up here and get my food without no fucking attitude? Without no lip smacking and cussing? Alice, that's her name. Thank you, Wetword 57. No, Alice or Rosie. Is that what it was? Rosie. Hold on. See, now you're going to make me go to the internet, people. Rosie. That's right, Rosie. So you mean to tell me I can come get my whatever with cheese and fries and a Diet Coke without attitude, without being slapped to have shit thrown at me? Thank you, gladly. So you're going to be pushing these people out of work because that is how business works. And to say that California's economy, the 5th largest in the world, was built on the backs of fast food workers is an insult. But Gavin's good at that. He's good at insulting us. $22 fucking an hour to work at Mickey D's? What are you telling people? You should not be able, just like Bernie Sanders. You do not make enough money at McDonald's to raise a family of 4. Well, guess what, you little communist midget? You're not supposed to be able to raise a family of 4 on McDonald's pay. If you have a family of 4 and you still work at McDonald's, let me tell you something that somebody who cares about you should have told you. You fucked up. You made bad choices. Now you got 3 people at home depending on your burger flipping ass. That's wrong. It's not supposed to be that way. You're not supposed to come home and toss your children in the air with the smell of French fries on you. Make better choices. It's not the state's job to come to your rescue and raise your wages. God, that shit is sick, man. The fuck? These are the 2 voices you should hear when you go to a fast food joint. Oh, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you, dear? Oh, would you like fries with that? That's it. A grandma or a grandson. When I worked at McDonald's on the weekends, I work in the mornings. You know what 90% of the staff was? Pearl and Ethel. They're out there wiping down tables and talking to customers. And the young people were in the back flipping burgers and taking orders. Are you kidding me? $22 an hour to do that? Shit. And you would think California, hey, man, California, we're all about the earth and being healthy and eating avocados, man. You think California would be trying to get rid of fast food, not incentivize it even more. Thank you again, Billy. He says, that's what I want to talk about on my show. I want to have you along with a disabled friend from Reading on a fixed income, talk about minimum wage. Gladly. Gladly. There's a reason it's called minimum wage. But when you raise that, you fuck it up for everybody else. And you're taking out the small business owners who can't afford to pay $22 an hour. And right now, hey, it's only for businesses that have 100 employees or more. That's all. It's for the mid-sized business owners, not the small guy. Well, who do you think they're coming after next? You think it's going to stop here? They want to be everything to us. Our mommy, our daddy, everything. Cradle to grave. From to this, they want to be in control of everything. What you eat, where you live, what your kids are taught, what you drive, when you can drive it. You're not towing the company line. Now your electric car won't work. You posted something I don't like. You can't drive your car for 3 days. Oh, your bank account's frozen. That's what they want. Don't forget who Gavin Newsom is related to. And if you don't know, look that shit up. And don't do it with food in your stomach. Somebody asked, is this live? 69, a drummer, yes, this is very live. As live as it gets. My goodness, man. Anyway, I got a lot to do. I'm busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest today. After this, I will be at 3:30. I'll be on my man Gion's Instagram page. Come check that out. And then, like I said before, tonight we will be breaking down what I consider a perfect action movie, Action Jackson. I put a link to it on my YouTube page under Community. It'll be with Gabe and Sean. We break this shit down from many different angles. And another thing, one of the things I realized, these movies we watch when we're kids, you look at them through the prism of a kid. You know, you ignore the horrible acting and the holes in the plot, the fact that they don't reload, all that kind of shit. You miss that. You don't even notice that as a kid. You're just enamored by all the bright, sparkly shit and the titties. But when you watch these movies as an adult, you see it differently, especially the ones where, you know, they always they kidnap the kid, like in Commando. You got this many hours to do what we say, the girl's gonna get it. As a parent, you see that differently because you realize the stakes of it. Like, yo, that's your kid, and all the different angles and stuff. You just see it totally different as an adult. So it's cool to rewatch some of these movies all grown up. And I watched Action Jackson with my son because it was his mom wasn't home and it was just me and him, and I had to watch it to, you know, I like to have these movies fresh in my mind so we could break it down well. And he was riveted the whole time. He was just like, Daddy, who is that? A bad guy? Is that the good guy? Is that the bad guy? It was beautiful. So tonight, 7 p.m. on Gabe El Tayeb's channel will be myself, Gabe, and Sean. We will break down Action Jackson. People, I got to go. I only have a little bit of time between now and the Instagram channel I'm going to be on with Gian. I got shit to do, people. Mañana, right here, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you, everybody in the comment section. Comments, questions, super chats, whatever. Just being here. I appreciate that. You were great. I was great. We were great. Let's do it all over again tomorrow. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize the Linktree link. Get your ass over to JerichoGreen.net and mygreengear.com. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.